Hey, what's happening guys? Mike here. Welcome back in a long time to another episode of Strand and Thread. Glad to have you guys watching the channel. As you can see, my hair is actually growing out at the moment. I haven't cut the length really since back in September when I went for a short French crop. It's been, as I said, it's been a long time. I'm kind of growing past that awkward stage. My end goal is to go like past into like nice slick back, long haired slick back. So I'm working towards that. In other news, I also started a portrait photography account on Instagram. Check out @Michael@More for some more portraits if you're into that kind of stuff. But putting all that aside, today we're looking at some more products for you guys. Last time, you remember I reviewed some homebrew products from Malaysia. Now moving on to Taiwan. The company is called Orien't, and I'm looking at 3 of their products, which happens to be the texture paste, the clay pomade, and the classic pomade. But before I get into review, I wanted to ask you guys, what is it that you want to see in a review? I want to get your feedback. What should I add? What should I leave out? Do you want things such as packaging and ingredients, or do you just want to get to the good stuff, as in like how the product performs in your hair? Please let me know in the comment section down below. That would be most helpful. I really want to tailor my videos to what you guys want. But yes, as I mentioned earlier, I have 3 products for you. So without further ado, let's get into the view. So the first thing that really strikes me with these products is the packaging. They're in this uniform 3.5 plastic jars. It's a really nice, minimal aesthetic. It's a bit glossy, it's got that premium feel to it. And I feel like when I'm opening the products, there's gonna be something good inside. I always love good packaging. It always goes down well with me in my reviews. I would say that the jars are a bit slightly oversized, but that could be, one of their something to differentiate them from other products out there. And all the products come in this really nice firm box with a nice card just explaining a little bit about the product and saying thank you for making a purchase, which is a really neat touch. So like off the bat, these products are giving me a good impression. Now I'm gonna take a look first at the texture paste. And for me, a texture paste, I think of something that's gonna be lightweight, it's paste, so it's gonna be kind of maybe creamy, and it's gonna provide me decent hold. And well, of course, as it says in the name, texture. This product is water-based, but it also contains some good oils, including that of argan oil, which is a nice ingredient to have there. It's got a nice musky scent, really pleasing, not overbearing, and it stays with you in your hair for the day, which is really nice. And it's kind of like, those musky sweets that you ever had. Not sure if you have. I like them, and that's why I like the scent. I would say that the consistency of this product is a bit thicker than that of like a lotion, which also means it's got a slightly wet feel to it, which is quite strange. I thought for a paste, some pastes are quite dry. This has got like a bit more of a wet feel to the touch, which means it also breaks down really easily in the hair. Now for this demonstration, I'm using it as a pre-styler, so I put a bit into my hair, wet hair, blow dry to get the desired results. And you can see you get some really nice volume to my hair. You can also use this as a post-styler, and because it's not grippy, it goes into your hair really nicely, just if you want a bit more separation. I find that the product gives me a healthy shine, but sometimes if I use a bit too much, I do get a bit of a wet, more dirty look, which is something I wouldn't want. But it also creates nice comb lines, and I would say that it has a medium to firm hold. Moving on to the clay pomades, the usual suspects in the ingredients here we see are kaolin and bentonite, which is characteristic of a clay. And we can also see that this is a water-based clay. It has a citrus scent and it's quite inoffensive. When you're scooping out this product, it's actually quite thick and quite creamy for a clay pomade. Quite unexpected, but in a good way. Once you break it down, it's actually really easy to apply, especially into wet hair. That's how I'm using it in this demonstration. That's how I normally use it. When I'm on the go, don't have time to blow dry, I just pop it into my wet hair and let it to air dry. I find that when I apply this product onto dry hair as a post styler, it does tend to be a bit grippy, and I guess that's because maybe it's not an oil-based clay, it's a water-based clay, as I mentioned earlier. But once I put on the wet hair and I leave it to air dry, it first stiffens up a like gel, but once you brush it out, it leaves your hair feeling really nice and soft, builds in a decent amount of volume because of the bentonite and the kaolin, and you're left with a nice matte finish and good amount of texture. And I would characterize this as a strong holding clay. You know, especially when you're using on wet hair, I find that it just keeps your hair in place like the whole day. Like, no jokes here, the whole day. Now last but definitely not least is the Classic Pomade. This is quite an interesting pomade because it's oil based but it does have quite a waxy nature to it. The consistency of this pomade is quite thick, like that of a clay. It's actually even quite difficult to scoop out and you have to use the back of your nail. But subsequent to me initially receiving these products, the brewers contacted me saying that they rectified this problem and offered to send me a new pomade, but I said no, not to worry. So it's really cool that they're taking feedback from their audience and rectifying their problems and improving their products, which is always awesome to see. But despite its thickness, it's quite easy to break down and get into your hair. I like to note that you must be sure to really thoroughly distribute this in your hair because, as I said, it's the thickness. The residue can kind of like get caught up at the front of your head. So just make sure that you brush it all the way back. But in wet hair, it's quite easy to apply. Due to its waxy content, it's really malleable and you can achieve desired styles quite easily, whether you're going for a contour, a pump, or just a simple slick back. Because of its waxy nature, you can achieve all styles very easily. It creates some really nice comb lines as well, because it's quite thick pomade, so you're getting a texture style, and I would say, characterize this between a medium and a low shine, which is quite unusual for a pomade, but I wouldn't go past the medium for me, and I would say that it has a firm hold. Also, what's worth noting about this pomade that it's petrolatum free or petrolatum free, which means it's slightly easier to wash out, so you can get it out in one wash, unlike some of those petro-based pomades. Right, we covered all three products, so what are my overall thoughts? Well, to be quite honest, I think all three products are fairly decent products. From my demonstrations, you can see that the texture paste and the clay pomade have produced rather similar results. Both got good volume and texture. So I would say you can pretty much purchase either or, depending if you like to blow dry or not. If you like to blow dry, go ahead with the texture paste, and if you don't like to blow dry, you just want to use them straight onto wet hair, then I would go ahead with the clay pomade. To be honest, I've been using the clay pomade quite a lot on wet hair. I just find it more easier to know in the mornings when I'm in a rush. It's just really easy to use. And also worth noting that I have very fine hair, and all three of these products have worked well for me. So that's always a good thing to know, because some products don't work on fine hair. One thing I have to say is that the product retails for $26, which I find is quite on the expensive side if you compare it to that $18, $19 home brewer market. And then you're looking at about 21 to 23 for the salon base. So 26 is definitely on the more expensive side. Definitely not the most expensive product, I must say. But it's also worth noting that if you spend $50 or more, that's pretty much two products, you get free shipping worldwide. And I would like to just end off by this review saying that I'm really glad that I got to try out these products. It hasn't been a case of me, using these products just for the review and putting them in my drawer, never to be seen again. I do use the clay pomade on a regular basis and the texture paste as a post styler, because it creates, it hasn't got that dry finish which some products do have, some other matte pastes do have. So it's great to use it as a post styler in that scenario. Please let me know what you think of these products, if you've tried them, if you're not, if you haven't. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that I haven't left out. And as I said in the beginning of this review, please let me know what you want to see in these reviews. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, bye for now.